it's a fun bike, you know, like I said before, and it's still fun, so yeah.
Awesome. Well, thanks for having me over to your cool garage.
Absolutely.
To look at your other bikes.
There we go.
Yeah, thank you. So what do we have here then, Deb?
Okay, so we have a 73 Triumph X75 Hurricane, which we know about. This is my 77 Triumph T140V. I've got it set up a little bit differently. It's got Dunstall style pipes, and it's got hide rear sets and kind of different bars, kind of bar end mirrors, so more of a cafe style. This is my 1978 Harley-Davidson XLCH. Her name's Rudy because she's kind of rude, kind of a loud exhaust, and likes to set off car alarms. And actually, in just a few days, it'll be our 30th anniversary. So this bike and I have been together for a long time. And this is a 1969 BSA A65 Thunderbolt 650 twin. I'm putting it back together. So I had a bunch of engine work done to it and just sort of waking it back up. I've got a box of parts here. I think I'm pretty much done buying things except for hoses. This is going to be a fun bike. And then I've got a 1975 Velo Solex moped, which is this weird little French moped that has a motor on top of the front wheel that you lower it down, and it has a little friction wheel, so it actually kind of pulls it along by rubbing on the front tire. It's French, and they started making them, I think, in '47, and I think that they still make them, maybe in the Czech Republic, but they've been in operation for a long time. It's the most fun you can have at 17 miles an hour, which is all she's got, even downhill. But yeah, so that's what's in here. So, and the British stuff and the Velo are all from my friend Wayne from his estate. So they were all in various states of disrepair, and so this is the last one to wake up. And
this is a cool place to hang out.
Yeah.
What do you call it?
My manctuary. That's what my wife calls it, the manctuary. So it's, yeah, it's nice, you know, on any particular day. And when I've been farting around with these bikes and waking them back up, you know, I'll come out here and spend an hour or two and just kind of try and get something done and then just walk away. You know, there's no hurry to get anything done. These three all run as well as can be expected. And so, you know, I've got something to ride at any given point, you know, and sometimes only one of them runs, you know, and I've learned that to just take my time regardless. If I'm in a hurry or frustrated, that's when I make mistakes and make shortcuts that then I have to go undo. And
I do.
Yeah, and this is something that I really enjoy, and I don't want for it to ever be something that I don't enjoy to do. Yeah. You know, that's what it's about for me. It's just to have fun. You know, I had a Kawasaki KZ 400 Deluxe, so it had fairings and saddlebags, and it was a nice little bike. I got it for free, so the price was right, and I was riding it, and with my friend Wayne was on the Bonneville, and we were running around, and I looked at the KZ and I looked at the Bonneville, and I thought, God dang, these look the same. The KZ tank had the same dimple, and you know, it's a vertical twin. It really clearly they took styling cues from Triumph when they designed it. And I said that to Wayne, and he said that I needed to get a Harley. He said, you need to get a Harley. And because I don't think he liked the comparison between his cherished Bonneville and my Japanese motorcycle. And, you know, that was 30 years ago. And I thought, you know, he's right. I need to go get another Harley-Davidson. And I found this bike out at Jeff's American Classics in Dundee.
Oh, yes.
He's still there. He's still in business.
Yeah,
nice guy. Man, he has a ton of cool stuff. He had this on consignment, and it was a low mileage bike. The side case screws were still all pristine, so I knew nobody had been inside it. And it started pretty easy for a Sportster, and so I got her. And Wayne and I used to run around town doing what he called silhouetting. You know, that was when you just cruise down a boulevard kind of slow, so people can see you. And so we'd go out silhouetting on our motorcycles, and had the big buckhorns and a big seat. I mean, it was pretty stock when I got it, and I liked the drag bars and with the bar end mirror and the little seat. And you know, it's not as comfortable, but it sure is fun and sportier, and it's a fun bike. It's loud and proud. So the Bonneville, Wayne had the Bonneville, and he wrecked it in '92. Somebody did a U-turn in front of him, and he T-boned him. And I showed you the tank. The original tank is over here. It's the same colors, but it has a big dent right in the center where he hit it with something on the way over the handlebars, and he bent the front end. The fender was shot and the headlight was broken, and then he just parked it. We went to the wrecking yard and got it and put it in his garage, and that's where it sat until I got it in 2016. I found this tank painted this color, rebuilt the carburetors, and I had the brakes were all shot. Both the master cylinders were shot, so I replaced those and rebuilt the calipers, and then I got it running, and then it started smoking really bad, and it had about 14,000 miles, so it was still pretty low miles. So I took the top end off. The valve seats were leaking. I did new rings, bored the cylinders, had the headwork done, and it runs great now. Different bars, bar end mirrors, and the hide rear sets, because this bike is going to stay a stock configuration. And so, am I feeling like I want a loud Sportster? Do I want a cafe race from CC's here to CC's Newburgh? Do I want to show off my Angel here, or just be a stock classic British bike? So, depending on how I'm feeling, they're all set up just a little different. So, yeah, that way I can justify keeping them all. Because they're all a little different.
Yeah, yes.
But it is a fun bike, and it people oftentimes anymore, if they don't know them, they don't know it's not a new one. And then they're like, oh, it's got a Kickstarter.
Yeah.
And that's all it has is a Kickstarter. So, the new ones look more like old ones than this one. They look more like a 60s one than this girl here. But her name's Margaret. A friend, Wayne, hated that name. But a friend of ours in Trout Lake, Washington, named her after Princess Margaret, and so there you go.
Rebel, eh?
Well, the '77, there's the Silver Jubilee,
Yes.
which was for the Queen,
Yes.
so they had to have Margaret too. She had to be represented. So here she is. Yeah, a little bit rougher around the edges, a little less polished, but a lot funner. This is an XLCH, which originally only had kickstart only. The kicker cover. Here, the shaft goes all the way through the other side, and it's only connected here and here and here, so it's a huge weak spot, and I kept breaking them, and I broke it and bought a aftermarket one, and it broke before I even started it. Bought another one, and it broke before I even started it, so I stopped and just put an electric boot on it, and then went back to Jeff where I bought it from, and he had a new old stock kicker cover, which is much better than the aftermarket ones. So now it can kickstart, but we'll just give her the electric boot. Uh-oh. So that's Rudy. That's why her name is Rudy. It's like hitting yourself in the face with a hammer. It's so good when it stops. Yeah, but she's a good girl. It is loud. It is interesting too. I write these about the same, and I've almost been hit way more on this than this because people just don't hear it, and they hear this coming.
Dude,
Yeah.
like 2 miles away.
Yeah. They know I'm beside them, so.
Oh, that is great.
Yeah.
I love that. Thank you.
Yeah. Sorry it didn't fire right up, but.
Wow, amazing.
Yeah, it's loud.
Thanks.
We're just going to prove the point that they aren't just garage queens. We'll see if we can't get her to fire up again. Oop. Contact. There we go. We're past the MOT, right?
Thank you.
There
so
she
much,
is.
Doug. That was really
Yeah.
a lot of fun. Thanks
Yeah,
for having me over.
absolutely.
Really enjoyable.
It was literally my pleasure. I've been really looking forward to it, and
Thank you very much.
again, this is my happy place, and I hope that everybody else has a happy place. And this last year during the pandemic, I've spent a lot of time out here, and this has been a nice place to be. And
Therapy, isn't it?
it's not like therapy, it is therapy, and absolutely. And riding them is meditation, and working on them is very therapeutic and meditative, and it's a great hobby. And yeah, I love them, and I'm really blessed to have had Wayne in my life to, give me this to do. So yeah. So ride them, don't hide them.
Yeah.